Alright, welcome back. We are about to go into the inner circle of the grove here with Gale.
If we left, we could at least make a run for it.
Colour me curious.
Oh, enough waiting. I crave blood. A small hurdle.
One more time.
Use some thieves' tools.
A long way from Waterdeep. It shall be done.
Look,
Up for debate.
don't take your eyes off my hands.
Oh, I don't have any money or anything to sell. My partner does that.
Oh, so what's your side of the business?
What? I'm the guard. So don't steal anything. I'm watching you.
Hold out your hand, mister. Let me show you something. Go on. Take this ring. It's lucky.
That was a fancy trick.
You haven't seen anything yet, mister. Go on. Take the ring and watch your fortune change.
Do I even have... No, I don't have sleight of hand. I'll take the ring.
Call it. Heads or tails?
Heads.
Heads it is. See? That's the kind of luck you get from one of my lucky rings. I've got more where that came from. Real cheap, too. Interested?
I probably won't take sorcerer options very often because I believe that Gale probably doesn't really like admitting that he's a sorcerer the way that I've made him. This is no magic ring. The runes are gibberish.
Hey, not so loud. You caught me. All right. They're not lucky rings. I'm just trying to earn money for my family. My father left and my mother, she's so sick. I wish I had better things to sell than trinkets, but it's all I have.
Alright, take your ring. So, the sob story, I believe, would work on Gale. Alright, take your ring. What do you have to trade?
Thank you. That means so much. That's what I got.
And, of course, I failed the perception. Let's see. I'll buy something from him, sure. I just used up a thieves' tools.
You bought something.
You suddenly feel something moving against your back and turn.
Detect thoughts. Read her thoughts. Unfortunately, I'm out of inspiration because I used them trying to read somebody else's thoughts. So hopefully I don't roll low here. Okay, good.
You see her hand in your bags and the shame in her heart.
Something tells me the thieving life isn't for you.
I can't do this anymore, Mattis. I'm sorry.
Hey, you here to trade or?
Your partner's a thief.
Yeah, I know. I was standing right here telling her to rob you.
I don't remember seeing that option before. You could at least pretend to be sorry.
I am sorry. Sorry we're still talking about this. Look, you caught her. Good for you. You aren't a chump like everyone else around here. Now, do me a favor. Make room for the chumps.
Gale's probably a little nonplussed by that.
Please, let us through.
Let my daughter go right now! She's a thief, hellspawn, and you will wait for Korga's judgment. Now get back!
Oh, let me through, Mragrasham, or I'll rip your damn throat out!
We could help each other. Fight the goblins together. Instead, these fools are trying to chase us away. Look at those guards.
I'd rather you not get eaten by a bear.
Those dirt kissers would let us die for the sake of their bloody grove.
Because that went so well last time.
Lives are at stake, and the cowards only care about their bloody rituals.
We need to get Arabella out, now!
You heard the guards. They're waiting on Korga to give word.
I'd sooner trek through the 9 hells than trust that snake! Ugh!
I saw what happened. Why are the Druids holding your daughter?
Arabella tried to steal their idol. Druids lost their damn minds about it. They need it for their precious ritual.
Oh, it's all my fault. I told her I wished the wretched thing would just disappear, or better yet, explode.
Now Arabella's being judged by a bunch of druids who hate us. That's not right.
She was caught. Foolish child. Let them judge her.
She's just a child. The Druids are overreacting. I'll talk to them.
Thank you. They won't give us the time of day.
Hurry! I'm at the end of my tether as is. Can't take this waiting.
And we got... Oh, we did speak to Zoru, sure. Save Arabella. We learned that a child named Arabella is being held by the Druids on charges of theft. We should check on her. And then, yeah, we know where the Githyanki patrol is.
Come, Magrin. Give him a chance. You, get back!
I'm not looking for trouble. Can't you just let me by?
No, and you'll find trouble all the same unless you get out of my sight.
A moment, Giona.
What? Oh, I understand. You. Apparently Korga wants to see you. Go ahead.
What about a bear?
I do have speak with animals up. But all Magrin does is roar anyway.
Your welcome can be easily withdrawn, outsider. Respect our grove, or face our claws.
Few outsiders are allowed in here. Be respectful and do not interfere.
Yes, of course.
By Sylvanas, the old oak, all death begets life.
Interesting.
Agene culamo in umbra tua parter arborum. Defende nosa complexum tuum ab terra ortum ad nos differa.
Yes, I see. And is that her with 2 hours or what? Yes, why not?
Oh, there's a scribbled note over here. Keep away from Tuffet. She's lazy enough as is. And that's referring to this bucket of fish. And Tuffet is a bear that's over there. We'll get to her in a moment.
What can you tell me about this place?
Oh, geez. Gale and Volo. This could take a minute.
Yes, I see. And my good friend. You were at the gates just now, no? When the goblins came? You saw them up close? A few questions, if you please. There's no overstating my interest.
Fine. Ask your questions.
Glory. Now then, how would you describe that particular batch of goblins? Size, nature, distinguishing qualities?
You search your mind, successfully recalling various details of goblin behavior.
Of course, Gale would give an exact description.
Goblins were of a rare, jam-colored hue and wielded magic blowguns.
A mythweaver. This man has no respect for truth.
And the dragon they had marching in the rear, was it of the brass or silver variety?
Actually, let's go ahead and trade with them real quick, because we really do want this Whispering Promise ring. And... oh, there's some good scrolls here too, hang on. Actually, there's these 3 books as well, so I'm actually going to prioritize those over new scrolls. Alright, I got a couple of good scrolls and a couple of good books, and the Whispering Promise ring. There we go. And we can continue the conversation. Well, actually, I'm going to go ahead and put that Whispering Promise ring on Shadowheart immediately, because that's exactly where it's going. Okay. Again, we're gonna kind of avoid sorcerer lines for Gale. I think there's been a misunderstanding. What do you want exactly?
The truth, my friend. Not a jot more or less. Last question, then you'll be quite free. Did the attackers rally to the absolute when they fell upon the gates?
Yes, they called out the name like a war cry.
They did, didn't they? Oh, curious. Oh, curious indeed. I've interrogated one, a captive in this very camp. She reports they've abandoned their god Maglabiet in favor of someone called the Absolute. The scandal!
Goblin superstition. Not worth the ink and parchment.
Ah, but is superstition all? These goblins are informed by a kind of strategy anathema to their kind. I, for one, intend to get to the bottom of it. I'm just preparing to head to their camp as we speak, in fact. If you'll excuse me, I ought not to dawdle.
Wait, about our conversation earlier. Why the dragon?
My friend, every story benefits from a dragon. Until we meet again.
Just a moment. This man is recording my story. I am far from home.
As the colourful man starts scribbling, the bear sneaks a quick look at the page. His brow furrows. Incomprehensible squiggles surround a crude sketch. A bear disemboweling a clutch of tieflings. By Sylvanus, the Tree Father, our turmoil is calmed.
And then we can go down here. There is this flat rock over here, and if we move it, there's an Amulet of Sylvanus underneath. Amulet of Sylvanus, you can cast Lesser Restoration. I believe it's once per short rest. Yep. So that's not a terrible thing to have. And once I have Recast Speak with Dead active, I may as well switch it out. No particular reason not to. I'll go ahead and put those amulets on my custom so that I can switch them out more easily. And also this orm, this bear, will keep catching fish slowly, but indefinitely.
He didn't come back, did he? His smell is gone. He's gone.
Who are you looking for?
Master. He left with the weaponed two legs. He said he'd be back. But I can smell them, the weaponed ones, and I cannot smell him. He's not coming back.
Don't worry, he'll be back.
No, the woods have gone dark. There's too many predators lately, even for Master.
And then back, tucked away over here, there is a wooden chest. And this is Tuffet that the note was talking about.
I'm sleeping.
And if you throw a fish next to the elevator...
Huh? What's that?
Not only will you unlock the use of the elevator, but that was worth 15 experience.
Shh, I'm concentrating. Does this look good? Is the coin in the middle?
I don't think Gale would intimidate or lie to a blue jay. Stop fussing. It looks fine.
No, it's leaning too much to the left. Yeah, that's it.
And of course, he wouldn't rob the thing either. However, there is this shiny chest up there.
Salutations.
Eager for battle.
So we can get Lae'zel up there.
Ready and willing.
Which means we can probably get Shadowheart up there.
Onward.
Well, maybe not, actually. No, that's too high. Can Shadowheart just...
Let's get on with it.
Oh. Oh, yep, sorry. I still had Gale. And then Gale can get himself up there.
That way. Most excellent.
Okay, so Lae'zel, being the one with sleight of hand, can lockpick the chest with guidance from Shadowheart.
Right with magic.
Nice, nice. And then Gale can featherfall us all to get back down safely. And do a little bit of gardening since
Speak.
it doesn't look like you're helping with the ritual.
The ritual is Korga's decision, but she is not our leader. Master Halsin welcomed the refugees in. I wait for him to resolve this.
Is that why you were talking with that bird?
Hold your tongue. The bird knows. She needs to know. You do not.
Persuasion. I helped defend the grove. I'm not your enemy. Oh, could be, could be. Yep, on the dot.
Forgive me. It is not you I fear. It is my brethren. More follow Korga every day. They are afraid, and she offers a simple solution. Eject the refugees, and we will be safe.
Sounds like she has to be stopped. How would we do that?
A druid and an outsider. We can do nothing without turning the others against us. Only Master Halsin can stop this. I pray my bird returns with news of him. If not, I fear for my people.
So that's a big clue that this is a delicate situation that we shouldn't take lightly.
Might as well.
By Sylvanus, the Forest Father, we are granted balance.
I thought you were Halsin.
The boar prances around, haunches clenching and unclenching impatiently.
Where's Halsin? Promise me a mate.
And then, Kaga is that way, but before we reach that, I would like to have at least one inspiration back. And I think I know of how we can do that. So let's go this way. But let's go up this way first.
A little discourse.
Dance upon the stars tonight. Smile and pain will fade away. Words of mine will change. No. Become.
I think I'm gonna try to make a habit of seeing what people have to trade anytime it becomes a possibility. I'm not particularly interested in enough. What was that tune you're singing?
More like butchering. Don't know why I bother.
Are you alright?
No, I'm moments away from a grisly death. At the hands of this bloody song. I can't. Nothing fits, you know?
That's the creative process for you. Agony and ecstasy. Mostly agony.
True. And when you finally perfect a song, there's nothing like it. But when you're stuck and it's just getting worse, ugh.
Can I help you finish the song?
It can't hurt. I have an extra lute, if you want.
First things first. What's the song about?
My teacher, Lihala. She loved dancing. Had 2 left feet, mind. I remember waking up one night on the road and seeing her, dancing beneath the stars. A huge smile on her face. Thinking of it now, my heart hurts. And my words just seem to crumble, like ash. Wait. Words of mine will turn to ash. That's perfect.
Right. There's about to be a cutscene, and I'm just gonna let it play out because I just really love it. Keep going. What would you say to your teacher if she were here right now?
That it's okay. that I'll be okay. And thank you for everything.
All right, that's what your lyrics need to say.
Moon, moon reminds me of your grace. All the love I can't repay. Wait.
Dance upon the stars tonight. Smile and pain will fade away. Words of mine will turn to ash when you call the last light down. Moon reminds me of your grace. All the love I can't repay. Rest and know that I will pray. Farewell, my dear old friend. Dance upon the stars tonight. Smile and pain will fade away.
Sorry.
That song was beautiful, worthy of a few tears.
Thanks. That's the first time I've played since Lihala died. My teacher. She was playing her lute. We didn't hear the gnolls coming. There was so much blood. I can still smell it.
Well, you've come up with a fine tribute to her.
Lihala said that's why eulogies were important. They were for the living as well as the dead. I'd forgotten what it was like. That itch to perfect a song. The Weeping Dawn will be my gift to Lihala. I've a long way to go. But thank you. I needed this.
It hurts! It hurts! Please, make it stop!
Slow down. What's wrong?
Can't you hear it? Her singing. It's awful.
Terrible.
Don't mock her. She's trying her best, I assume.
Oh no, whatever shall we do?
More witless creatures. More ear bleed. My head is melting. I'm leaving before the damage is permanent.
Fade
And then there's another chest
Wits and
here.
blades, always sharp. A minor hindrance.
Quite ready for you.
And this has a cap of curing when you inspire an ally using Bardic Inspiration. They also regain 1 to 6 hit points. We're not a bard. We can't make use of that, except there is one way we can make use of it. So I'm going to be putting that in camp for the next time that happens.
With haste.
Yes, I see. And is that her?
Is someone singing?
It's beautiful.
We heard strange music on the beach. Where is it coming from? And I suppose
I'm
there's
ready. Whatever it takes.
nothing. Well, I mean, we could have long rested before we got to this point. But does anybody have any elixir effects on? Fire resistance we don't need, but somebody could have. A couple of people could have strength, and one person could have vigilance. Let's give the vigilance to Shadowheart.
Can't afford to stay idle.
Because her wisdom is probably the best out of our saves to resist the song. So we'll want her to go first. And
Eager for battle.
let's use our resources. Give both Lae'zel and Karlach elixirs of giant strength. Now, before we actually go that way, we're just going to take a quick detour over here.
Your desire. I venture forth.
Something over there.
For some buried treasure. Okay, let's give everybody some enhanced sleeps. And let's go rip off the band-aid, shall we? The journal was investigated. We discovered a tiefling.
Please.
Entranced in a strange tune.
Listen.
You shouldn't be standing out in the water. It's dangerous.
Don't you hear it? It's so peaceful.
I don't hear anything. Come back to shore.
No. It's just a bit of water. I only want to listen. Just a little closer. Yes, everything's gonna be fine once I get there.
Now, I really like having silence for this fight, and we are level 3, but Shadowheart's second level spells go to aid and warding bond. So we really don't have that as an option. Lae'zel has already moved forward. I think probably the best thing that she can try to do outside normal range.
On my way.
Oh yeah, and she has resisted the song. So she only has a 45% chance to hit it with an arrow. So she could bless everybody. Actually, blessing everybody would probably be really good because they'll need to make saves on their turn. So bless Gale and Karlach. Too far. Can I move just a little bit more? Yes. That's probably the best thing that she could do with her turn. And then maybe move here and shove Murkon back. Yeah, that doesn't hurt him.
What is this? I will have your head, Harpy.
She got lured. Yeah, I'll take the opportunity to attack. I don't think there's going to be any reflex saves coming in.
What happened?
Oh, resisted the song. Excellent. That's 8 meters. So what I will do throw water on you. Move there and provoke from you. You missed.
Step by step.
And then provoke from you. Oh, I can't. And nothing in particular I want to use a bonus action on at the moment. Okay. %50 chance. That is a better chance to hit than than firing an arrow. So unfortunately, no. I will drink a potion though.
You'll die for this creature. I will have your head.
And the concentration got broken, of course. Ah, but she did save versus the song. That one's not hurt. And broke the lure. Excellent. Uh-oh. We are not doing well on these lure checks, are we?
Moving.
Two of them. Okay, let's see if I can finish this one out. Oh, I still have non-lethal damage on, but that's okay. She's out of the fight.
You'll die for this creature.
Ha!
I see you now for what you are.
Oh good, Murkon's getting away. And Karlach resisted, so let us have her. You know what? Let's do a smite on this one. I can't quite get there, right? And you're not wet or anything.
With haste.
And I'll drink a regular old potion, I think. She resisted the song. 8 hit points left over there. Let's actually see if we can do a... Oh, why would I do that when I can throw? There we go.
Taking position.
Excellent. Now with only one left, the luring isn't nearly as much of an issue. Let's lacerate this one. Unfortunately made the save versus the bleeding.
Allow me to demonstrate. Of course.
There we go.
On I go.
Can we finish him off? Yes.
Are they gone?
They're gone. Are you alright?
No. Yes. I mean, I don't know.
Take a breath, deep and slow. You're safe now.
That's what the voice said. I almost got to the nest, but the singing. I need to get back. Mole will be so mad. Wait, you should meet Mole. She'll be grateful you helped me. Find a boy called Donny. Tell him you want to see the dragon's lair.
Okay. So, we rescued a child from the Harpies, he's alive and well, and he said we should pay a visit to Mole, whoever that is. We should tell a child named Donny that we want to see the dragon's lair. But before we worry about that...
The path less traveled. Curiosity must be satisfied.
And there's a
In for
wooden
a
chest back
surprise?
here. How are we doing on XP? Okay, about halfway. And then even back here, and I'll just have Gale. And there's a harpy's next up. There's a harpy's nest up here. Who's got a letter and a book, a ring of color spray that we may as well equip on somebody for now, but it's not very useful. And then from here, I am going to go ahead and meet you back at the inner circle of the grove, and I'm going to take a break for looting. So, I'll be right with you. Up on this ledge overlooking where the harpies were, there is this polished dagger. It does have some flavor text to it. This dagger's leather grip is stamped with a stag's head, the symbol of the Emerald Enclave. But other than that, it's just a normal dagger.
So, Gith, aren't you worried your kind will punish you for consorting with us?
My name is Lae'zel K'Choki. And my kin will understand my need for servants. They will help you, but only if I ask.
Do you think your kin search for you, Lae'zel?
I know they do not. It is my responsibility to cleanse myself.
They pursued the Nautiloid. Perhaps they were trying to free you.
A vain notion. I am one of many, and will not be a burden to my queen.
Pardon me, I must prepare to travel. Good day, my friend.
That's okay, I'm just here to trade. Okay, so we are back in the grove. I did make some purchases from Volo. I could go into the inner sanctum now and talk to Kaga and all that. I was hoping that saving Murkon would result in an inspiration for somebody, but it didn't. So before we do that, I'm gonna go speak to Donnie and see if I can talk to Mole, and maybe that will result. Honestly, I don't think it will at this point, but we can try. That, I could ask that, but it seems just a little bit rude. Donnie, isn't it? I want to see the dragon's lair.
He nods, then reaches for a concealed hatch.
Hey, thanks for showing me the door. And then that Donnie revealed the hatch and opened it for us. The dragon's lair must be below. So we have found the tiefling hideout.
Can you
And there's that person mole that we were directed to. Who is running away from us.
Well, look who's come to visit. My kids say you've been busy since you got here. Mercon says you got him out of a tight spot with some harpies. Gotta say, I'm impressed. And thanks for going easy on Sylphie. Not many marks would have done the same.
Why are you running all these schemes and swindles? Risky, you know.
We're saving up for a better hideout when we get to Baldur's Gate. Why? You planning on telling me stealing is wrong?
Yes, you're taking advantage during bad times. There are words for folk like that.
So what? Should we be panicking like everyone else? We have a plan. We're the ones who'll end up on top in the gate. Anything else?
Do you have anything to trade? Ooh, an elixir of bloodlust that we can't afford. But a book that we want to. Okay, we can give up a couple of scrolls of protection from evil and good in order to afford this book.
Anything else?
I thought you might need help with something.
I do, as a matter of fact. Revenge. I want to steal that big, shiny idol they're all chanting at.
An idol? What'll you do with something like that?
The important thing is to get it away from them. That ritual's gonna get us all killed. And we can sell it once we get to the city. Thing like that's gotta be worth a small fortune.
While I have seen some hostility from the Druids, I think there may be another way to resolve this conflict than stealing the idol. So I don't want to make any promises, but I'll see what I can do.
Be careful. They look as brittle as old bark, but they're vicious. Anything else?
I need new pockets to pick.
You've been a friend to us. Come back anytime.
So we found Mole. She's more than happy to meet us since we rescued one of her people. Mole asked us to steal some kind of idol from the Druids. Will we do that? Unsure.
Oh. Hello again. Mole's in charge here, not me. Don't worry, kid. In Baldur's Gate, purses practically grow on trees. Be patient.
You don't look so tough. Mole fought off a hobgoblin all by herself. When do I get to run the ring scam?
Sylphie got caught. We have to lay low for...
You're the first grown-up who's ever gotten in here. Not bad.
You came! I have... Here! Mole said I should thank you properly for the harpies. So I wrote you a story.
Aren't you the clever one? That's very kind.
It's about you. I hope you like it.
So yeah, this kid Mercon, if you save him from the
Never
harpies,
see us coming.
gives you a story he wrote. Alright, and then
I need new pockets to pick.
over here there is a hole that we can't fit through.
That's not a Gale-sized hole.
That's one way to word that. But yeah, when we caught Sylphie, she ran down through that hole into here. We can use Disguise Self to fit through it, but that's a lot of work and it really doesn't accomplish anything. But over here, across this chasm, There is a wicker chest. That we can pilfer real quick. Okay. Now, unfortunately, we weren't able to gather any inspiration on the way. I know that there is an inspiration for a sage inside those walls.
Drama amongst these adventurers. What have you heard?
But you can't really get that before the conversation where I think I'm going to need to detect thoughts. Which means I have to accept the possibility that there could be a fight in these walls. And we're out of short rest and not completely out of spell slots, but close enough. I think it's time for a long rest.
You for good after the Mind Flayer ship. But you just can't get enough of me, can you?
Karlach, Advocatus Diaboli, the stink of Avernus.
Sorry about that. I was off on the other screen closing programs because I noticed it's lagging a little bit. But yeah, apparently Wyll has shown up on our camp. I remember you from the goblin fight at the Grove. What do you want?
The devil's head. And yours. If you so much as...
A great fire roars through you, the fire of the first hell. You are the blade of frontiers racing through the wastes of Avernus. Just ahead, a diabolical figure, red skin, single-curled horn, blazes with flame, bloodied great axe held high. He chases the fiend, ignited with rancor. She is an infernal war devil, a threat to the living, evil incarnate.
Your ally's a fraud, a soldier in the Archdevil Zariel's army. Either I cut her down, or she burns the Sword Coast to ash.
I've tried to tell you, I am not what you think I am. I'm...
Another vision. Karlach's blade raised, slicing through devils, Zariel's servants, as her eyes dart around, seeking escape. The man shudders with Karlach's desperation. She is a victim of the Blood War, not an agent of it.
By Baldrin's helm, No! I will not be tricked!
You saw the truth. I may be an effective soldier, but I never wanted to serve Zariel. Legged it away from her the first chance I got.
And yet you served.
Be practical. You're infected, same as us. You need allies, not enemies.
The man catches his breath and his lips straighten. Sheer dread twists his face.
No! Devils cannot be trusted.
You saw Karlach's thoughts. She poses no threat to the Sword Coast.
Would you listen to sense? This doesn't have to end badly. For either of us. You know monsters, right? Better than anyone. Look into my eyes. Can't you see I'm not what you think?
Shit. You really are no devil, are you? I've been deceived.
Thank the gods. Thought I was gonna have to take your head.
You would have died in the attempt. But there have been enough threats today. Truce?
I'll do you one better. Allies. We're looking to get rid of these parasites for good. And ruin some bastards' days while we're at it. Sounds like your kind of venture.
I've not grown any tentacles yet, thank Baldrin. But luck won't be on our side forever. Yes, you have my blade. Your leader willing, of course.
Well, soldier, what's the word?
I'll consider it. How do I know I can trust you?
Let my deeds to come prove my worth. I've pledged my life to protecting the meek from monsters. But tonight, I was the rampaging beast.
The more the merrier, as they say.
Sorry, but there's no room for me.
Right you are. You should remain here for the time being.
Hey!
Well met. And 1,000 sorries. I see the good in you, Karlach. I promise not to lose sight of it, even when the hells burn hottest.
The famous Blade of Frontiers in the flesh. Clever, this hero act you've got going.
Hero, Blade, names strangers gave me. My friends call me Wyll.
Excellent. If we ever become friends, I'll know what to call you.
Alright. They both have... Okay.
You've been witness to a pantomime, I'm sorry to say. And I've played my part all too poorly.
Someone set you on Karlach's tail. I'd like to know who.
I can say only this. Karlach's not the only one who's had a villain's knife held to their throats. One night soon, when we make camp, the veil will be lifted, and I'll pay my penance.
Penance? Should I be worried?
You're not in any danger, I promise. I can't say the same about me.
And then Karlach?
Glad Wyll saw sense. Even more glad he decided to stick around. Takes a pretty slick mover to track down old Karlach.
I'm glad he joined us too. Glad you two could make peace.
Same. Now, instead of a liability, I've got a friend. Or I will have Sue, anyway.
Alright. There was some journal entry, Blade of Frontiers, hunt down Karlach. Oh, this is grayed out because we kind of skipped that part by recruiting Karlach first. Karlach has joined the party, though Wyll hasn't confronted her as of yet. This uneasy peace can't last forever. A monster hunter named Wyll confronted Karlach in our camp, believing her to be the dangerous devil. We resolved the situation peacefully and recruited Wyll to our party. We should get to know him better. Wyll spoke ominously about a penance he must face. We should take a long rest when the opportunity strikes. There's clearly a lot the Blade of Frontiers isn't telling us. And then let's see what everybody has to say. Nothing there. Oop.
So, we're traveling with the famed Blade of Frontiers. I feel safer already.
The Blade of Frontiers. Let's hope Wyll lives up to his name. We'll need all the help we can get.
The Githyanki people have a word for men like the Blade of Frontiers. Shalak. Roughly translated, idealist do-gooder. Or better yet, benevolent burden. His confidence is an asset. His pursuit of valor, not so much.
The Blade of Frontiers at your calling.
I don't suppose you've come across an expert healer in your travels?
I've come to know a fair few village clerics, but none with the skill to pull these worms from our heads. From what I understand, there's a healer called Nettie in the Grove. Perhaps she's got the talent. We should pay her a visit.
Tell me, Wyll, how did you come to be the Blade of Frontiers?
My father once said, one does not pursue a champion's life. One merely answers its call. So it was for me. I was hunting near the Cloakwood when I heard it. A child crying out from a lone farmstead. I found him in the fields, flanked by goblins. His mother's corpse blared into the soil next to him. I don't remember much of the battle, but I remember drying the boy's tears after.
What ever became of the boy, I wonder?
I left him with his uncles. 5 years on, and he's flourishing. If only every child was so lucky. I mourn the ones I could never save, whose cries I never heard. In the boy's tears, I finally saw the suffering wrought by the villains of the wild. The frontiers demanded a blade, and so I heeded.
Is that how you lost your eye? In the goblin battle?
It was an even bloodier day, and a stronger foe. It's made from pure bloodstone, carved from the Galena Mountains just north of the Moonsea. A reminder that sometimes blood must be shed and sacrifices must be made. But that story is reserved for lifetime friends and calmer days.
Wizard, lean in and examine the eye more closely.
Tiny grooves spider across the eye's surface. It resembles a sending stone, used to confer with distant contacts.
Isn't your eye a sending stone?
A sending stone? Nothing so special, I assure you.
His breathing quickens, his jaw tenses. Wyll is keeping something from you. A strange sensation courses through you, and your companion's mind unfolds, secrets half revealed.
Gale Prize, enter his mind. What isn't he telling you?
What are you?
Something stirs deep within you, hungry and alert. It's taking something you'll never get back. Your right eye vibrates, and a woman's voice echoes in your head. I've a sweet tooth, and devils on the menu. Beyond the voice, you find only shadow. A piece of Wyll's mind locked away from intruders.
Keep out of my mind. I told you, the eye's a rock, nothing more. And that's the end of it.
He didn't like that. Does he have anything else to say immediately?
Well met.
Nope. Okay. Oh, and then Lae'zel now has something.
So, a tadpole gives us the ability to manipulate others. Huh.
Ignore it. Deny it. This is nothing but a disease, and every use will sicken us further.
It's already living in our heads for free. May as well see if it has any value to us.
It's only valuable if we understand it, and we don't. Not yet, at least.
I don't think I've seen this conversation before. Mystra would disapprove of this illithid power. We should avoid using the tadpoles, however tempting.
Wise counsel. When the temptation calls, keep silent, or suffer.
At least that's his position now. Okay. Terra, right.
Well, if it isn't my favorite fellow himself.
Give Terra a good scritch.
That's the spot, sir. Thanking you.
Alright, and we're not gonna make much use of Wyll, so we're just gonna leave him for now. Alright, it's time to go to bed. Scratch has something. Where'd he go? There he is.
Hope you're keeping well, friend.
I'm sorry about what happened to your master.
Master? Friend? I stayed with him until I knew he was gone. I'll never forget him. But I'm glad to have met you.
Pet him. For Wyll and Karlach's approval. Alright, let's see.
No time to dally.
Lost in thought.
And then
New horizons.
one interesting thing to note, that once you have seen Volo, if you take a long rest, he goes away. So if you didn't pick up the whispering ring, you'll have another opportunity later, but you'll miss out on it now. And I've got to get going, so I think this is going to be the video. And then next time, we will actually be talking to Kaga. It took us a little bit longer to get to this point than I was hoping, but we did beat up the Harpies, which is a pain point in the early game. Alright, so I will see you next time. And there are a couple of books that I've found to read in case you feel like sticking around and hearing that. Alright, have a good one. There were once two sisters, one a great fighter and one a great cleric, who longed for new adventure. I shall skewer an elderbrain upon my sword, cried the fighter, to the Underdark. I wish to know the secrets of the brain's powers, said the cleric. Let us be off. In the recesses of the deep, the sisters slew darklings and darrow, bugbears and bullets. The two reached an illithid colony when the fourth 10-day passed. Their quest would soon be complete. With great effort they felled a half-dozen mind flayers and soon reached the Elderbrain's lair. It rose from the brine pool at the center of its chamber, flanked by illithids. The brain didn't speak aloud, but the sisters could hear it in their minds. I am called Chaos. Why have you come? I will make your powers my own, called the cleric. I will crush you and bring an end to your tyranny, said the fighter. The brain hovered in silence. A moment later, a burst of psionic energy shook the chamber, and the sisters lay dead. Good luck, Chaos replied. The illithids feasted heartily that day. The book's central argument is encapsulated in a chapter devoted to Lae'zel, guild kingpin of Little Calamshan. In another time and another place, Lae'zel would be celebrated as a revolutionary. In Baldur's Gate, in her own lifetime, she's known as a crime lord, a kingpin of the guild, ruling over the city within a city that is the district of Little Calamshan. Rilsa's story began when she was orphaned at a young age. Her father was hanged by the Flaming Fist for sheltering his fugitive brother. Soon after, her mother was denounced by the jealous wife of a patriarch and imprisoned in the sea tower where she perished. Alone in the world, she had learned two valuable lessons. When the law is corrupt, it is a necessity for those without the support of its enforcers to act outside it. And when the law is brutal, it is an ethical duty to act against it. Operating from within the Callum Jewel Emporium, Rilsa knows the value of everything and everyone that moves through Baldur's Gate. She controls a wide network of agents who observe and track the exchange of goods and information as closely as any merchant or politician. But second-hand knowledge is cheap. Rilsa's real trick is to draw those with secrets to share directly into her orbit. At her Garden of Whispers, information can be shared with the guild anonymously. Anyone with a grudge to bear or a competitor to bring low, that is to say, anyone of importance, can ensure that the whole city knows their grievance. It is said that if somebody speaks of your weak spot in the garden at dawn, you can expect to find a knife buried in that exact spot before night falls.